Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day here on the homestead. It's been a hot minute since I posted anything on the channel, so yes, I am still here. I'm still alive, kicking, and doing my daily routines right now. Opening up the chicken coop. It's a little late to be doing that, but it is what it is. Usually I do it first thing in the morning, but I had to do some other things today. Make sure the chicks are good. Now these are my 11 chicks and 2 ducks that I have out here. I also got 15 new chicks inside in the brooder. They're doing well. Make sure these guys have some water. Yep, not great, but they got a whole watering system outside, so they're doing good. Going outside for the morning and afternoon, and then I'll come back in this evening. Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I posted anything. Tell you what, YouTube is just not what it used to be. The viewership's not there anymore. The statistics prove it. I took the month off to watch it, and basically any video that was older than about 2 years old was where my viewership was. About 96% is what I calculated is where my watch time is. Viewers or videos that are older than about 2 years old. So if there's the last 6 to 12 months, 10, 15 views a video, whatever, I guess. Been busy here on the homestead. Been doing a lot of stuff. Big one is, well, I dug out this pond. This used to be the old water well retention pond. The water well head is right there between the trees. That's the old one. And that used to drain in to this pond as much as I can tell. And then that's where the cattle came many years ago. And, well, that was much shallower then, and now along that berm over there, it's about 6 foot deep. So it's about 6 foot deep at the water level, and then 2 more feet for the berm. Nice little kiddie pond. We can go swim in there if you want to, but I've already seen a couple turtles and snakes. That is water well fed. We haven't had enough rain. We had a very wet May, but we are in the middle of June right now. And if we don't start getting rain within the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the grounds around us, all the grass you see, all the fields, they're gonna start turning brown. So I'm irrigating my yard on a daily basis, moving sprinklers around 2 or 3 times a day, 2-hour timers. And let's go ahead and hop off the pond for the day. But yeah, I'm watering the yard. I'm trying to get grass established, guys. It looks green from here, but that's all weeds. This is all, most of it is this crap. Yeah, from 200 feet away, it looks really good. From a foot, it's not grass. I've planted several hundred pounds of grass seed. It is coming through. It is growing, but it's bare ground trying to get established. So this is my daily routine right now. Walking around, let the chickens out, start watering. Like I said, it's the middle of June. I've been doing this same routine since the end of April. I know we had, like I said, we had a rainy May, and so there was like 2 to 3 days a week where I wasn't having to do this, walking around and watering thing. But we're starting to dry up a little bit, and I don't want this fresh grass, which looks bare in the camera, but it's getting there. I don't want that stuff to die off, trying to get reestablished. All right, we go ahead and water the garden with the drip sprinklers. Look at all that. It is not liking that pressure in this drip hose. There we go. Let that drip for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and that'll actually start dripping out here in the fresh ground. I turned this over yesterday and planted more seed. Wasn't doing too good as it was. All right, we're gonna water the side yard here. All right. Got a good south wind. I need to mow or water this side here. Open it all the way. Tell you what, guys, timers are fantastic, whether they're electronic or mechanical. These little 2-hour timers are great because I get busy and I forget about water, and that is what it is. That's the story. My trees down below are doing really good. You guys haven't seen those yet since, well, the last video. I was preparing to plant those. That was the end of April, beginning of May. I think it was actually the beginning of May when I planted those. So, yeah, all kinds of fun stuff going on. Been extremely busy. Usually I take my water trailer and I'll do all this stuff in the morning, and then I go to the garden and I start watering the garden. I'll do that here later. The garden's over there. You guys have seen several videos on that. Garden is not doing as good as I wish it would. Let me tell you guys. See if we can get that. Oh, this side. I tilled up a 9,000 square foot garden, and my intention was not to use the whole 9,000 square foot for my everyday vegetables and that kind of stuff, but you know, 4,000 or 5,000 square foot of it, which is quite a bit. It's like, I think, what is it, 60 by 160 or 70 by 160 or something like that, whatever it comes out to, about 9,000 square foot. I wanted to use a good portion of it for the viney plants. You know, I had originally planted 2 rows that were, you know, the entire length of it, of watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, and at the end I did several rows of different varieties of pumpkins with the intention of growing those for the fall. That way I could take, you know, and harvest the pumpkins and then put them on a trailer and then take them to town and put them on the corner and sell them for, you know, 25 cents a pound. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but, you know, a 10-pound pumpkin can bring, you know, quite a bit of money for absolutely no work in the end, besides doing this morning routine and watering them every day. It's just part of it. The only thing is, my wife and I, we had this time in the middle of April, and I say my wife and I, it was my idea, but we did it. In the middle of April, it got up to like the 60s for like a week. We're like, well, it's kind of in that weird time where it's either we're going to have another freeze or we're not. So it was a 50-50 chance, gambling. So we planted all those viney plants, the watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, pumpkins, and that kind of stuff. The next week, man, they were just sprouting. We had enough moisture in the ground that they were just sprouting. We had, you know, 2-3 inch starts on that plant, on that whole row. And then like the last week of April, we got a overnight snowstorm. It literally dropped down to like 28 degrees from like 60 from the day before. 28, 29 degrees. We got an inch of snow. I think I made a video on that snowstorm. And we had start, you know, those were sprouted about 2 to 3 inches tall. Looking really good. Well, that freeze destroyed it. Unfortunate. So I'll probably go back and replant those here sometime this week, along with some more vegetables. Only thing is, today's high is 107 degrees. Not too upset about that. I'm going to do as much inside as I can. I do have some things I need to get done this morning outside, but for the most part, I'm going to be chilling inside today. Man. Tell you what though, the rain we did get for May, it's getting bright for me. The rain we got in May really, really worked. It really, really helped. Of course, our grass was not really very well established, and so we've got a bunch of weeds. That's my plan, is to get the root system in the ground established, get it to bind, because every time it rained, it was literally causing erosion. And so I don't care about planting nice grass right now. I just wanted to get the ground to bind together. I wanted a root system, because this is all fresh turned ground. It's all fresh laid. And now, everywhere that the sun touches, everywhere that you can lay your eye, I can't even get in there, is tall grass. And on the regular, my daily routine is basically I get out and start watering, let chickens out, and I mow. I either get on the bush hog and or the tractor, I mow 4 to 5 acres with the brush hog, or I get on the lawnmower and I mow this grass surrounding the house. And that kind of goes to the next topic of why I haven't been making videos, on top of the reasons to watch statistics. Mowing is not exciting, and I have no inside projects going on right now, and really no outside projects besides having built or dug the pond and made a little dock, which I can't even finish because of the price of lumber. Which comes to the next thing in my house. I am 100% thankful for having finished the contract and set prices and that kind of stuff in 2019, and having this house built and delivered in 2020, like the beginning of 2020, with the 2019 prices, because lumber, guys, is absolutely insane. If you're not paying attention, if you guys there are so many people who don't understand. The normal cost of lumber is too high. The inflated cost of lumber right now is out of this world, ridiculous. And they're saying it's a demand issue. It's not so much a supply issue, because I've seen several people on the internet talking about how they're still hauling materials as they normally would. And yeah, I made a video about this the other day, and I haven't posted it yet, but our basement walkout, I did 1/2-inch zip sheathing on that for the wall. And last August, so later than 20, CD19 responses to the lumber prices, I paid $11 a sheet for the 1/2-inch 4x8 sheet of zip board. 2 weeks ago, I went to the same store that I bought that at. It was $60 a sheet. And I'm going to hit on this stuff in another video. Like I said, I've been kind of laying back, not making anything. The political realm right now, the society that we are living in, it drives me nuts. Borderline going insane, listening and watching people. So, I don't know. I know this is a big old tangent video. I'm just going off left and right here, but it all ties together. I haven't had any projects to record on the channel, and the projects that I have had, I'm doing very strategically, with my, being smart with my money and my time. Those who don't pay attention or don't know the norm, well, they're trying to create a new norm, or they're contributing to the new norm, and it's not good. So one last thing in this tangent video here. We are about to experience something worse. I believe what's going to be worse than the 2008 housing crisis, the recession. It's going to, we've already had the Roaring 20s once. The Roaring 20s were a great time in this country, followed by the Great Depression, which, what did it take, 10 years or thereabouts, right? We're kind of expediting this and doing everything from the Roaring 20s to the 30s and the 40s, all in the span of about a year. If you forget history, you are doomed to repeat it. I promise you. And we're headed that way. Anyways, until the next one, where I'll probably talk on that stuff, probably the next month. Keep calm and carry on, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you then.